And this week, the Biden administration announced the ban on Russian oil, natural gas, and coal imports to the U.S. The U.K. says it will phase out Russian oil imports by the end of the year. But Russia is such a big player on the world stage that it's difficult to replace all that oil in the short term. Some experts say the fastest way to get the most oil onto the global market is by tapping into Saudi Arabia's production. But that comes with a catch. Joe Khalil joining us live from the nation's capital tonight. And Joe, good to see you. There is a downside to that proposition.
Yeah, good evening. There is, Rudabeh, and it's not just Saudi Arabia. We're also talking about Iran and Venezuela. These are all authoritarian governments. And just today, we got another reminder about why it's so difficult to have to rely on countries like that to backfill the oil that the West is now missing out on after sanctioning Russian energy.
In the largest mass execution in recent history, the Saudi Arabian government today announced it executed 81 people. The Saudi Interior Ministry said those killed, all men, were charged with various terrorism-related crimes killed in accordance with Sharia law. The mass execution, a stark reminder of the challenges the U.S. faces today, having to rely on countries with abysmal human rights records to supplement American energy.
He's going around to Maduro in Venezuela or Iran or anywhere else. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Republican lawmakers have been critical of the Biden administration for recent discussions about getting more oil from Iran, Venezuela, and Saudi Arabia in the short term, following a ban on Russian gas and oil. Congresswoman Nicole Maliotakis, among other Republicans, tells NewsNation the administration needs to consider producing more American oil and gas.
That, to me, is one of the greatest lessons that we should be learning right now from what we're seeing in Europe, is that we cannot be beholden to adversaries.
But there are others who say more drilling in the U.S. is not the answer.
It is time we tell Russia and Saudi Arabia that we do not need their oil any more than we need their caviar or their sand.
Senator Ed Markey made the case today at the Democratic National Committee's conference that Russian aggression is exactly why the U.S. should transition to renewable green energy and extend the oil and gas ban beyond Russia.
Extend it to all of the countries whose regimes engage in human rights abuses.
And while the Biden administration may not want to have to deal with the likes of Iran or Venezuela or Saudi Arabia, it's pretty clear at this point that they're keeping a lot of options on the table to try to keep gas prices lower here in the U.S. And by the way, the White House officials have already said that so far there have been some face-to-face meetings, but there have been no commitments made yet with any of those countries about producing or buying any more oil than we have right now.
Thanks for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.